Welcome back. I'm Miranda Kahn. Here's a look at how the markets fared today. Another down day as the major indicators drop almost 1%. Even oil lost points today. Also in today's Money Minute, Citigroup will pay $15 million in a SEC settlement. The government agency claims Citigroup failed to enforce policies on transactions that could lead to the misuse of private information. Citigroup analysts think oil prices could be heading to a low not seen since 2008. The financial company thinks crude oil could drop to 32 cents a barrel. It cites an oversupply of the commodity as the reason for the potential drop in price. Hedge fund expert and clean energy advocate George Soros has made a major buy in coal. According to the SEC, Soros Fund Management purchases nearly $2 million in shares of Peabody Energy and Arch Coal. Last year, a Soros report said the world economy would have trillions switching now to cleaner energy. DoubleLine's Capital founder says the Fed should take into account the rate of junk bonds before raising rates. In a phone interview, he said to raise interest rates when junk bonds are nearly at a 4-year low is a bad idea. And senior financial editor Tom Hutchinson was on this very program, Newsmax Now, yesterday. Here's what he had to say about the Fed's possible rate hike.
No one can possibly know what they're doing and all the repercussions of involving themselves in the economy to the extent they have. I mean, to look at all the ramifications, not only here but abroad, it's like a game of 17-level chess. There's no way to tell the effect.
And for the complete interview with Tom Hutchinson, you can go to newsmaxtv.com. And clearly, that would be amazing if oil would go to 32 cents, but we mean $32 a barrel. Want to clarify that.
All right, Miranda, thanks a lot. According to that new CNN ORC poll, Donald Trump is closing in on Hillary Clinton in a general election fight, a hypothetical. Donald trails Hillary by just 6 points right now. Trump's numbers continue to climb, and they've done so drastically since July. But is there somebody else who could beat Hillary Clinton? Washington Times columnist Tim Constantine thinks so, and he's joining us right now live from Washington, D.C. Tom, it's great to talk to you.
Great. How are you?
Well, first, I wanted to get your take on that new CNN ORC poll and Trump's continued surge.
Well, you know, at the beginning, when Trump first announced, the big thing with him was not only when everybody jumped on him, when the mainstream media jumped on him for his immigration policy, but in general, his negative numbers were about 58%. And if you look, they've dropped down. They're in the low 30s now, and that's still a high number. If 1 out of 3 people don't like you and say they would never vote for you, but that's a tremendous drop in a short period of time. So keep your eye on that campaign.
It's interesting indeed. Every single day we keep an eye on it. Now, according to those numbers, she still has a general election edge over the top 4 Republican candidates.
Well, it's interesting because when you do that matchup, first of all, those are national numbers, and at no point is there a national poll. There's never a national election. There's the Electoral College and there's the primary process, and both of those are state by state. So I never give any credence at all to national numbers. But the bigger issue here is Hillary even going to be the nominee of the party? And I think it is looking more and more likely like she might not.
Well, you talk about this in your most recent column. You talk about the one person who can beat her, and you compare her to the boxer Roy Jones Jr., who actually just won a prize fight. He's still boxing, even though he's 46 years old. What is the similarity here?
You know, last weekend I watched, I'm a big boxing fan, and Roy Jones Jr. won a big fight. Had a knockout, very powerful guy. 20 years ago, I went to a Roy Jones Jr. fight, and at that time, he was considered to be the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and he may have been. But at age 46, everybody except Roy Jones Jr. knows that it's time to retire. And the guys he's fighting probably couldn't beat you or me, John. So it's you know, I don't know what his rationale is. Is it the money? Is it the fame? I have no idea. Only Roy Jones Jr. knows. But everybody watching knows that he's in trouble, that he really can't do what he used to do except Jones. And I said, Hillary, with this email scandal, is the same way. Everybody watching. It's not just the media that is on her about this, and I think that's her perception. But it's not just the media. The American public doesn't trust her, doesn't think this is okay, doesn't think she has been honest and forthright. This is a much bigger issue than she realizes. Everybody sees it, except her.
Well, I would probably say that Roy Jones Jr. opponent probably could beat me. I don't know about you, Tim. But real quickly, a few seconds left to go. When do you think we're going to see a big shakeup in the Hillary Clinton campaign? Because this trajectory cannot continue without some major changes.
No, I think there'll be an explosion somewhere along the line. That may be October. She's scheduled to have her hearings before the Select Committee on Benghazi. Trey Gowdy made it clear this week that it's not going to be a little neat and clean 90-minute visit. He said if she's only coming once, she's going to stay and answer every single question we have. So far, when she has to answer factual questions, it turns out either she doesn't know or she's been wrong. She's lied. So we'll see where that all turns out in October, but I think that might be the turning point.
Well, she can't just blow up at the press and walk away when she's before the Special Select Committee on Benghazi. Tim Constantine, thanks so much for being with us. You can catch his columns at the Washington Times. After the break, the infidelity website Ashley Madison has been hacked, revealing the names of millions of cheaters. Was this hack a crime, or is it just karma? We'll break it down during our roundtable.